Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today's topic is about career prospects for civil engineer. Basically, that is job prospects. And before I go into the detail, I will thank all my subscribers and viewers for your continued support. So please watch till the end, and if you like, please comment, share, and subscribe. So we'll go into the details. So basically this topic is for young civil engineers or fresh civil engineers or those who are seeking jobs with experience of 5 years, 0 to 5 years of experience. It will be more useful, and I am also giving this video based upon my experiences. So the career prospects or job prospects. So one civil engineer has to position himself to meet the demand and expectations of the market. So there will be always a demand and expectation of the market. Market is the employer basically. So one has to fulfill the demand and expectation of the market. So if one is going to do higher studies and specialization further apart from graduation, of course their criteria and the requirements will be little different. So this basically to meet the demand expectations, one has to prepare and upgrade and upskill their talents and knowledge. So soft skills wise, apart from basic professional qualification in civil engineering, you will have to have knowledge on AutoCAD and MS projects. So apart from, of course, basic MS Office is also required. Further specialization is basically on need based, like Primavera. If you are going to work, willing to work outside India, of course Primavera is required. Or if you are going to work on designing parts, STAT Pro, or further on planning and all the 3DX and all so many other softwares, you can definitely acquire knowledge and find the growth in that field. So let us go one by one. So demand and expectations of the market is, so demand is what a basic civil engineer wants to become a site engineer. So you have an option of becoming a site engineer. You have an option of becoming a planning engineer, or you can specialize in being a QC engineer, or you can be a BBS engineer, specialized in bar bending, scheduling for structures. You can be a planner, you can prepare drawings and details as per local bylaws, or you can be even a licensing engineer. So there are different areas of specialization. This is what the market needs and demands. So one is again site engineer, planning engineer, basically QS engineer, and QC engineer, and BBS engineer. Be a planner like architect or a license surveyor kind of thing, or be a licensing engineer. For big companies you need to have a licensing engineer as well. So today all the approvals take place through online submission of drawings, and there are procedures and process involved in it. So this is more patient is required in this job to meet all the government officials and get the approvals done for the project. So that is again a big field is there, licensing department. So you can also specialize in these fields. So site engineer, we all know day-to-day regular activities. You will have to control things, you will have to execute, supervise, keep records, and arrange materials and things like that. So for all the other specialization, every civil engineer has to be at least 1 or 2 years experience in the sites, so that they will be more successful in their specialized field as well. So site engineering is very important. This is the important topic for most of the civil engineers. They can be a site engineer, they can become a senior engineer, they can go as a construction manager, they can become a project manager and control various projects as well in the later stages of the career. So you can specialize as a site engineer. So site engineer specialization is a general execution of day-to-day projects. So Now you can, other second option is you can become a QS engineer, quantity surveyor. Basically this comes as a planning department. Basically this is mostly a office oriented job. So you can develop yourself as a planning engineer or QS engineer. Basically here you will have quantity survey, estimates, BOQ, rate analysis, contract management, billing. So this is the basic part of the QS engineer. So you can specialize yourself and position yourself as a QS engineer, and then you can meet the market demands. So again, basic professional qualification of civil engineering plus additionally MS Project AutoCAD will help to perform better and the role of civil quantity surveyor. So now you have another role, QC engineer, quality control engineer. So this is also a specialized job where you can assume the role as a QC engineer, and you need to have the specialization in the material testing, upkeep of records, reports, records, everything, and then you will have to do the periodical site inspections and maintain records of the activities. So you can do the specialization on the QC engineer as well. BBS engineer is another role where you can specialize yourself as a bar bending scheduler. So you will have to have a good knowledge in the structural drawings, and so BBS is a very important topic, and where you will have to arrange materials before start of the work, and then it is also an expensive materials. So proper reading of drawings and schedule has to be drawn so that avoid minimum wastages and maintain good control on the steel part of it. So basically for a bigger projects they will assign BBS engineer who controls the entire procurement as well as calculation part, and then execution part. BBS engineer will take care of the structural bar bending schedule regarding activities. So you can also become a planner. You can focus yourself and become a planner. Like to become a planner, you need to work with an architect or a licensed surveyor officers, and you need to acquire the knowledge on the local bylaws. What is the setback distances are required, and what is FSI, FAR, or carpet area, super area, built up area. All these detailings you need to understand, and you need to have proficiency in AutoCAD as well. So good knowledge of AutoCAD and basic requirements of the planning apart from local bylaws. So once you acquire the knowledge, then you can become a planner as well. Another topic is license engineer. So license engineer is also a specialized work. So for bigger projects, you will be associated in getting approvals for the projects. So there are various statutory approvals are involved. It is also a complex in nature. You have different approval procedures. You need to take approval from the developing authorities, local bodies, pollution boards, airport authorities, and PWDs, etc. So there are different procedures are involved in different places and for the different size of the projects. So this one has to have the local bylaws knowledge and have a good rapport with the local offices, and nowadays every applications are becoming online. So therefore so one has to apply online and make further follow-ups and gets approval for the project. So therefore, as I said, there are different roles and responsibilities each civil engineer has to develop and to be successful in their career growth. So you can choose either become a site engineer or a QS engineer, that is basically a planning manager, or become a QC engineer, become further QC manager, or you can become a BBS engineer, or you can become a planner or licensing manager. So different roles are available. So you will have to periodically evaluate yourself and update and upgrade your skills towards those roles and responsibilities. And as per my feedback in the last 2 years post COVID, so we have seen a lot of pass out civil engineers lack little bit of skill set and knowledge for employability. So always this is a problem for civil engineers. So, and currently with the COVID, so the current employability skill set basically is found to be lower with the civil engineers. So at least now the industry has to make some corrections, like they have to be serious in giving internship. So it's a win-win situation both for employer and employee. So they have to give seriously internship for civil engineers, and from that internship they can keep people for their future continuance with the company. So that will be good for both young engineers as well as for the builders. So if they require to recruit 5 engineers, they can take 10 internship engineers and pay stipend and retain 5 of them in their future course. So that will help in terms of for the builders as well as for the employee as well. So this industry has to encourage internship programs for civil engineers. Now, what are the options before you? So starting today, plan your career with sincere efforts. So don't make any further delays. So you start making your efforts. So there are only few things where you can control yourself. So there are few things which may be beyond your control. So you cannot keep worrying on things which is not under your control. So what is the things that you can control yourself is your efforts, your preparation. All those things you can may intensify your efforts. You can intensify your preparation. So those things you can control and you can do that preparation well. Results are not necessarily always in your hands, but continuously you can make your preparation and efforts in a right direction. So in order to upgrade and upskill, there are various ways where you can upgrade yourself, update yourself, upskill your talents. So depending upon individual needs and their eligibility, they can do their upgrading. Either you can do simply by surfing on Google. You can always get various required informations. So please make a notebook, please take a note on it, and then you can gain knowledge from the Google or YouTube. There are plenty of materials available as such, but only thing is you need to invest more time on it. If you have more time, you can always do that. Other option is you can buy some books, academic books, which or some books which are directly related to the field applications. So if you are confident that these books can give you more knowledge, you can invest small amount of money. That will definitely give you a lot of details. I have also written books on civil engineering topics, so you can also refer those books if you are interested. So one is practical handbook. So it's a practical handbook on building construction, estimation and costing. And there are pre-programmed Excel sheets for estimation and costing, and works contract, handbook on material testing. So all these topics are available. So I will give it in the description as well. So you can go through these details, and if you are interested, you can initiate your purchases. But please make some efforts in upskilling and upgrading your talents. You can also join courses. If you tell me that no, I cannot import knowledge or skills through reading books on my own self, you can join some courses where there are courses which are available, where they give you both training as well as they assist in the job placements. but only thing it may slightly cost extra, so depending on the affordability, you can either go for collecting details from Google and YouTube, where you need to invest more time, or you can buy books which may need some small investments, or you can join courses and gain knowledges. So these are all the different ways and means you can definitely upgrade and upskill and meet the demand and expectations of the market. So we are coming to the end of the video. So please be positive and prepare well. Every company needs young civil engineers, and therefore they are the futures as well. So very all the best, and remain focused. Thank you very much.